Habarima Africa, blessed Monday to everybody. Today, I want to speak about the last hope of the ANC. I mean, the last standing pillar in the ANC. The man that most of us believe will be the guy that will be able to steer the ANC in the right direction to save the African people, the black in particular, in South Africa come the 2029 elections, if he's still there. Of course, I'm speaking about Panyaza Lesufi. He spoke when they were remembering the longest serving ANC president, or Tambo, and he said some interesting things there when he was introducing Gwede Mantashe. Yeah, actually, I will speak about Gwede also in this video. But I'm really hopeful. I love the energy of Panyaza. I love his speech. I love his character, and I love his braveness, if there's such a word. He's very brave, and he fears fuck all, like he would say. Let's talk about that and much more.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinjiva Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, I want to speak about Panyaza, his comments that he made before calling on Gwede Mantashe to come and give his address. I mean, we love Panyaza so much, eh? We love Panyaza. For us who are looking for this issue of African unity, by African unity, we mean all the black parties finally coming together, black parties uniting and forming over the 2/3 majority, the 66%, black parties coming together to unite in order to change the issue about the land, the issue about our minerals, the issue about, black participation in strategic sectors, not in small numbers, but at a higher scale. That can only be achieved in this current democracy, artificial democracy that we have, through Africans having the majority in parliament and being able to change the constitution here and there, or overhaul the whole thing and rewrite an Africanized constitution that will, better the lives of African people. And Panyaza in the ANC, Abu Panyaza and Abu TK are those people that we are looking with. Maybe there is still a hope in the ANC, because whether we like it or not, the ANC is going to be needed by the EFF and by the MK party, should we want to truly chase away the Democratic Alliance and also the Freedom Front Plus and take the government back by force. We need the ANC, and as long as the ANC is in the wrong hands, there's no hope. But with the people like Abu Panyaza, there's that glimpse of hope for some of us to say, we don't want the ANC to fully fall down. We want the ANC to remain strong, but we want the right leaders in the ANC. Without talking anymore, let's listen to what Panyaza said that got me so excited.
Let's listen in.
Of our books about this little Omar Tambo. If we can't do that, we would have betrayed him. It must be normal, comrades, even in Orania, to have a teacher saying, "More class, vandaag onze lees about Oliver Reginald Tambo." It's a betrayal that you must not accept if it happens. Even those that are the helm of education currently, even those that are leading the Department of Basic Education, they must know the people's history must be in the people's classroom everywhere. And if they are cowards, Habari Chief Tele, we the brave will lead the revolution. We'll never betray the cause will never betray the cause to ensure that there's total emancipation. But I want to report to President Tambo, the seat of our government, Tshwane, President Tambo, is back under the leadership of the African National Congress. It has created pain, it has created misery to the enemy, but we are not scared. They can insult us, they can do whatever they wish. We remain black, green and gold, and we are unshakable, and we are not cowards. Cowardice is not an option. Some of us, we are not products of cowards, we are products of heroes like Oliver Tambo. We are not products of cowards, we are products of heroes like Krisani. And therefore, those that are cowards, that are not ready to take the struggle forward, they must shift. We are ready to take the beating and lead the struggle for freedom. We are not going to be scared by those that threaten us. We are going to stand firm because it's through the African National Congress that we can totally liberate our country. Comrades, allow...
There is something that Panyaza is saying there, if you are listening carefully, that he keeps on repeating for the past 2-3 months. He does not want betrayal of the fallen heroes, Abu Chris Hani and Abu Or Tambo and the likes. He's saying, let us not betray what those people stood for. Let us not betray what those people fought for. Because some of us, we felt that the ANC has lost its fabric. The ANC has lost its sense of identity. The ANC does not know itself anymore. And Panyaza is saying that is now equal to us betraying, or the ANC betraying our President Reginald Tambo. You know, so for me, it was like, I love what Panyaza is saying. He says, you know, history must be taught in the classrooms, you know, proper history. That is what we are all about in Paseta. Proper history, African history, must be taught in our classrooms, in our school system. That is not going to happen without a government that has a majority in parliament to change the curriculum. That is not going to happen without the African people having, you know, control of the educational sector, especially the basic education. You can't have the DA there. They don't want the Bella Bill. They don't want to share classes with black people. They don't want any of those. So you have to have control of complete power there. You don't need people like Abu Blade in Zimane in higher education and stuff like that. You need serious people in those portfolios to change the school curriculum. You know what I'm saying? So yes, history is something that we're going to be pressing on in Paseta. Even if it is not in part of the school curriculum, we will definitely be teaching extra classes for proper history so that our children can know their history in Africa before the colonization, after colonization, and right now with this artificial democracy that we have. It's very important because education is the key to change everything. You start at the educational level. You start there in the foundation phases where the children are together and you teach them one thing, that the children can grow up learning as a group, and those children will never forget what you are teaching them. You understand what I'm saying? So he's very happy to say no. He's speaking to Mr. Tambo. He's saying, listen, Mr. Tambo, we have won Tshwane back. Tshwane is out of the hands of our enemy and is back in the hands of the ANC. He says, yeah, they are not happy about that. They are in pain. Our enemies are in pain. This is him taking a swipe at the Democratic Alliance. It's very nice to see him throwing those small jabs to say the enemies are crying, they are complaining and everything. Because remember, our Fikile and all them, they don't want to speak like this. They don't want to. They will always, Fikile, they will always come and say, yeah, we have differences with the DA. We understand why they are angry. We understand, you know, we are different parties with different ideology. Of course, we're gonna, you know, trying to be diplomatic and diplomatic in their answers, but he's hitting them on the head and he says, listen, they are in pain, they are complaining, and they are, our enemies, they are in chaos. But he says something. He says, we are not scared. We are not scared. Where are we going to take these leaders that are going to tell our enemies straight to their face, we are not scared? We are not scared, ladies and gentlemen. And fear, for some of us who do combat sport, fear, immediately you fear something, you have already lost. Those who fear the Dutch, those who fear the colonizers, are the reason why we don't move forward. They've got fear. If our economy gets in the hands of African people, it's going to collapse. If these people stop investing in our economy, our country is going to collapse. All of those fears that have been installed in our hearts by mainstream media to say you guys can't do anything on your own. Everything that you touch, African people, you break. You open VBS, you steal people's money. We give you governments, you are full of corruption. You do this. All that fear that they've been planting in our hearts and in our minds for all of these years is what Panyaza is talking about. We are not scared of them. They can start insulting us. They can do whatever. This is what Panyaza is saying. They can insult, they can attack Panyaza, but he does not fear. But I want to warn Panyaza, and I want to warn you Africans so that you understand what is going on here. Mainstream media, white monopoly capitalists, and white supremacists countries, companies and political parties, they don't stop with only insulting you through Facebook posts. They don't stop with news interviews. They don't stop there. They attack you to the core, even in your political party. That is something that Panyaza must be very, 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 very careful of. It's not that they are attacking us with media and they are harmless, maybe a court case here and there just to test us if we've got the legal mind or legal ability to defend ourselves. They are just testing the amount of power or resistance that you have. And Panyaza must be careful that every angle that he has exposed to himself, be it family, friends, political party, even some alliance partners, that he must protect himself at all times. Prepare himself legally, prepare himself politically, physically, and everything. These people don't just stop. Be careful, Panyaza. Be very careful of your comrades that you are with, you are drinking tea with, that you are drinking water with. Be careful who you trust. Be careful what you say to who you say. And I hope Panyaza already know this. I'm just saying it so that it's out there, so that we can say we already say it. But I hope Panyaza is not a sleeping cat there that is running around, because in the ANC, to the DA, he is public enemy number one, and they have shown it. They have shown him that they are coming for him. The campaigning that they are doing through mainstream media to attack Panyaza. I hope also he's working on a counter attack to all. My problem is, Tina, we don't have people that do digging, man. That do digging. Who is these DA leaders, partners? Where are they doing business? What is their income? Who is their cousins? Have they done business with the Cape Town municipality? Have they benefited? All of those things. It's like, Tina, we are always on defense mode. When they attack us, we defend. But we don't attack by fishing out proper investigation. Some serious intelligence, man. The type that Jacob Zuma has, So for me, that is very important to remember. When we are fighting this war, that we fight the war in a proper way. And I want Panyaza to know that. And also he says we are not products of cowards. We are not. And I agree with Panyaza. Panyaza is not a coward. It's not a coward. There's a lot of cowards in the ANC. There is a lot of cowards in the ANC. But we cannot, if Panyaza continue the way he's continuing in our school, we will have I'm thinking of making, headlights, our lights with faces of people, and they glow at night so that you can see the face. The design, let me tell you something. The design of Paseta, the Pan-Africanist School, is so beautiful. We are doing some serious designs that you guys, some futuristic things that when you pass the school, you will not be sure if you are passing a mall, a museum, or it will be mind blowing, just to say the least. So in the main wall, I want to have faces of fallen heroes like Chris Hani and their faces, and put them there. I hope we don't get in this trouble with the ANC and because some of them want to own these fallen heroes. But of course, we will engage with their families and all of that. But if Panyaza continue the way he continues, by the time we finish building the school, we will honor his bravery that he's doing there, and many other politicians for that case who are still alive, and some who have already fallen. So yes, we are not cowards. Those who are cowards must shift. That's what Panyaza says. Those who don't want to lead the ANC in the right direction must shift. I agree with that with Panyaza, but that's not something that is not going to happen. People are benefiting monetary wise. They are not going to shift because Panyaza said they must shift and all of that. So Panyaza must know that there is a fight that is coming for him. You must excuse me. I'm watching Dr. Umar Ifatunde at the same time as I'm recording. So anyway, he says the ANC is the only party that can truly liberate our people. I can say the ANC is a big part right now. I will never ignore the fact that the ANC still somehow has numbers and the influence. Even if the ANC goes from 40% to 30%, they still have a big player. If we are going to talk about uniting the African parties, the ANC, the EFF, the MK, the ATN, the National Colored Congress, all of those parties. Azapo, if Azapo will still be alive at that time, and the PAC, I'ma sell out, is fine. We'll see if we work with them. But if we want to unite and have the majority in parliament and bring African people and take these ministers out, about the Minister of Home Affairs, Leon, who decided that he wants to give a passport-free, a visa-free access to South Africa for the people in Ukraine. Hey! And this is just in arrogant response of the ANC. This is the of the Democratic Alliance. This is the arrogance, white supremacy mind coming through to show you guys, to say we don't value even your president. What your president says, we don't count. And to show you that we don't take the president serious, we're going to use one of our ministers to attack the president, because this is an attack on the presidential office, to say, no, we are going to give a visa. Who said you must decide? Who said you can decide who to give visas when a minister? The president is your boss. Everything must be ran past the president. Don't get excited. This is the type of racist attitude that we have in the Democratic Alliance. I saw that post. I was like, what's so special about Ukraine? That we can give them, a visa-free pass here in South Africa. Sis. But anyway, this is what the ANC has chosen for us, over us. I mean, when I say us, I mean the MK and the EFF. This is what they chose over us, and this is what they are getting, And Gwede Mantashe has got the nerve to say, no, the EFF wanted us dead, the MK. Listen to what Gwede said.
When people say you should have formed a coalition with MKP or EFF because they are less dangerous. To me, if Floyd could take a public platform and say, our intention is to remove the ANC surgically from power, that is not less dangerous. Because that is not less dangerous. Surgical means you cut. You see, you remove the ANC surgical from power. That was the intention of the EFF. That is not less dangerous. MK wanted to remove a president of the ANC, remove. We reminded them that when Zuma was the president of the ANC, EFF put the same condition. We refused, and we're refusing now. Then we said everybody is invited. Those who didn't want to be under the same roof, they left.
Let me make a prediction. Because the ANC doesn't know what it stands for anymore, because it can't revert to principles, because it hasn't got any, believe me, in my lifetime, I will see that party die too. But believe me, no one would ever have said in their wildest dreams that within my lifetime, the National Party would be gone. And it is.
So this is what our Gwede want. I'm happy now because Gwede has not been very vocal about the government of national confusion. He's not been saying a lot of things. Not a lot of things. He has been saying absolutely nothing up to this point. I'm happy to hear him expressing his views about working with the MK and the EFF. I'm so happy because now we know where Gwede stays. He's also a sellout. So we can't take Gwede serious. Umadala must move out of the way. We thought maybe there's some hope because he was silent all this time. He's just a piece of waste of space also. I think this type of people, Bazos move as African people. I said, let the African people work together, fight together, live together, eat together, and succeed together. There cannot be any justification to say when you want to say the DA is a better enemy than the MK. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. I don't like the IFP at all. I think the IFP is a sellout party since the 80s. But if you had to make me choose between the IFP and the DA, I will never work with the DA and say the IFP is a worse enemy than the DA. You understand what I'm saying? And that is a big example that I can give you guys. So I would work with Musima Imani any day than to work with John Steenhuisen. Any day I will work with people that I believe, okay, these are sellouts. But as long as they are African, I would work with them than to work with a strictly racist, white, democratic party that is there to take us down as African people. I'm so disappointed by Gwede for saying what he said. I'm disappointed. I don't want to lie. I'm very disappointed. But anyway, we still have Panyaza. May God protect Panyaza there. May our ancestors please keep on shielding him, that man, from all the fire that is going to come for him. You know, they will be electing new leaders in 2027. Hi, Panyaza Wabantu Shem. Is he going to reach 2027? We don't know. We don't know. Yeah. So I'd like to thank also everyone that has donated to the Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. Guys, very soon, the building project will start. We are first starting with the gate and the signage so that when people pass there, they can see, they can see that there is a new project that is starting. That's the first thing that I want to do, that I want us to complete before December or by December, before 2024-5. So it's going to be a nice little big wall there with the sign of the school, and so that people can see that a new project is going to be built there on the land. So the design of the school is so beautiful, guys. I think most of you can agree. We are going over and above. I'm not even thinking about budget. I'm not even thinking about how much it will cost, how many people, how many man hours, how long it will take. I just want us to do this thing the right way from the beginning without having those stress. And the only way you can assist us with this is sharing these videos, liking and commenting, by also importantly sending your contributions to the Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. Paseta needs you, Africans. Since we have started 3 months ago, we have not disappointed you, not even one step. We've got a website. We are a legitimate company. We are a legitimate school. We've got a team working, extra hours, crazy hours on the background, trying to get this thing right. We have people working our books, working our accounts. We've got people all over South Africa and all over the world working with us in this school. We've got, of course, our enemies who are watching and waiting for us to fail, but that's nandaba nabo labo. All we want is to make sure that we, the current generation, leave something behind for the next generation to live on. And this Pan-African school is going to be one of those schools in South Africa. When people speak about the great African contributions, institutions in South Africa and in Africa at large, Paseta will be one of those names that will be mentioned, and you don't want to be left out. So the people of the 30th and the people of the 25th, they always don't disappoint when it comes to contributions. So thank you so much for everyone who's contributing. I really appreciate it. Those who don't work and they want to contribute, please contribute by sharing these videos, liking these videos, subscribing to the channel, and making sure that you hit the bell icon so that you can be informed each and every time we post some information. Thank you so much, my Africa. We've got work to do now. And the time for talking is over. It's time to build our school. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray. But after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.